special guest. This is
Angelle.
And we are going to be doing a Audrey Hepburn inspired makeup tutorial, and I thought she looked just like Audrey. We're going to be doing a look inspired by Breakfast at Tiffany's, so the way she wore her makeup like in the 60s. So I'm really excited to do this, and if you guys want to see how I transformed her into Audrey, then just keep watching. So I'm just starting off by using the Rimmel Fix and Perfect Pro Primer just to prep her skin for the foundation. Then I'm going in with the Chanel Vita Lumier Aqua foundation, and this is actually Angelle's own foundation. So I'm just going to be blending that out with the brush that she has. It's the Chanel foundation brush, and I like this foundation a lot. It's very lightweight and it gives really healthy, natural looking coverage, and I think I want to try it out now. Then I'm going to start off by priming her eyes with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is just like a nude cream eyeshadow base, so it helps even out the eyelid and also works as a base for the eyeshadow. I'm going to go into my Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to take this color called Bootycall. It's just a very light shimmery color, and I'm going to start by sweeping this over the eyelid. And just like a sheer wash of color, I'm not really packing it on, because I don't want it to be too pigmented or too intense. So I'm just sweeping this light shimmery color all over the eyelid, and I'm also going to bring some underneath the brow bone for a very subtle highlight. So you can use anything that's very shimmery and just very light. It doesn't have to be too dark. Then I'm going to go into Tease, which is the matte grayish brown color. It's kind of a taupey color, and I'm just going to start by lightly putting this in her crease. Audrey's look wasn't too dark in the crease, but she definitely had very deep set eyes, and that's what I want to do to Angelle's eyes. I want to give them a little bit more definition, so you just want to stick to a very cool tone gray color for this look. So anything that's in that taupey family or gray will work great for this step. So I'm just going to do that same to the other eye, just starting in the crease, and then I will blend it in and on the outer corner as well. With this color, you also kind of want to make a V shape on the outer corner of your eye. So you want to connect it from the crease back down to the lash line. So you have kind of a C shape or a V shape on the outer corner of your eye. So it just kind of helps define that outer corner too. Then I'm going to go back in with the light color and just touch up on the eyelid if any of it got blended away, and also underneath the brow bone. I'm just going to go in with a big fluffy brush and blend out the edges so there's no harsh line. So you just want to make sure everything's really soft and blended out, because you don't want it to be too dark or harsh. Before I finish the eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with some concealer. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And I'm just going to start by putting that under her eyes with a concealer brush. And then I'm just going to start blending that out with my finger. This is just going to help brighten up her eyes and conceal any dark circles that she might have. So I'm going to finish evening out her skin tone where there's any extra redness. So I'm going to put a little bit around her nose and on her chin. Then I'm just going to set the concealer with a little translucent powder so it doesn't crease and so it stays in place all day. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the eyeliner. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Laquer gel liner. So you want to use any black cream or gel liner. You could even use a liquid liner. And I'm just going to start by lining her upper lash line. And then when I get to the very outer corner, I'm going to make a small wing going up towards her eyebrow and then connect it back towards the lash line. With this look, we want to do a winged eyeliner, but we don't want it to be too thick or too dramatic. You just want kind of a slight flick on the outer corner. And then I'm going to go back in and make it a little bit thicker across the lash line. Audrey had very round eyes, very big and open, so you want to make it a little bit thicker in the middle than you might normally. So make sure you also bring it all the way into the inner corner. And then I'm going to do the same flick on the outer corner of this eye. So I'm going to start off with a small line going up towards her eyebrow. And then I'm just going to connect that back towards her eyeliner. And then just make sure it comes to a nice little point. Going back into Tease, that kind of taupey gray color, and I'm just going to be using a pencil brush to run this underneath her eyes. This is going to give us a little bit of a shadow underneath the eye. You don't want it to be too dark, but you do want it to define the eye. So it's just going to add a little bit of a shadow to help make the eyes look that little bit more open and more round like Audrey's were. So just running that all the way across the lower lash line. Here I'm just touching up the eyeliner with my Jordana Fabuliner because it's a little bit more precise than the gel liner. Then I'm going to go in and give her lashes a quick curl, and then I'm going to apply a coat of Angelle's mascara. This is the Maybelline Illegal Length, but you can use any for this step. I'm going to curl the other eye and then add mascara on this eye. So this is just getting the lashes ready for our false lashes. I'm going to be applying these Revlon ones. They are the self-adhesive ones. They're the intensifying style. They're very easy to put on other people, and they're really easy for beginners. So you want to use any kind of eyelash that's very wispy and very natural looking, and that doesn't wing out. It's very kind of rounded all the way around, so it's going to help the eyes look more open like Audrey's were. You don't want anything that's very winged out or super dramatic for this look. Okay, so that's what the eyelashes look like on. I think they look very pretty and really make her eyes pop. Oh, my camera cut off part of the brows. I am so sorry, but what I did is I just started off by making them a little bit thicker, and towards the front of the brow, I made them a lot thicker than Angelle's were, and then brought the point a little bit more extended down on the outer corner of the brow. So I just started filling them in a little bit straighter, and then kind of defined the arch once I got to the middle. So Audrey had very thick eyebrows, but they weren't quite as drawn on and dramatic as she wore them in the 50s. She started to wear them a little bit softer towards Breakfast at Tiffany's, but they were still a very full defined brow. Then I'm just going to go in with a spoolie and just kind of comb them through to make sure they look natural and not too drawn on. Then I'm going to go in with an eyebrow pencil after this, and I'm just going to start defining the under part of the brow a little bit more and kind of draw on little short hair-like strokes to make them look a little bit more natural and not so much like a Sharpie brow. This is going to give them a little bit more shape and definition so they look more like real hair. Again, I'm just going to brush through them with a spoolie brush so they look natural and like real hair. So this is key to making your eyebrows look nice and real. Then I'm going to go back in with my liquid liner pen, and again I'm just going to go over the lash line just to conceal the lash band, just to make sure you can't see where the eyelashes start. And I'm just going to make that point a little bit more defined and make sure it's nice and crisp. Go in with one more coat of mascara on the bottom lashes just to define the eyes, and you want to make sure you put lashes on the bottom because Audrey had very big open eyes, and this is key to that part. I'm taking my Rimmel Scandalized eyeliner. This is a nude eyeliner. You want to use any light colored eyeliner on the inner rim of the eye. This is going to help the eyes look bigger and more open and awake like Audrey's were. You don't want to use anything like a white eyeliner because that looks a little harsh. The nude just looks very natural, but it still brightens up your eyes. Decided she needed a little bit more shadow underneath her eyes, so I'm just going back in with the Tease color and just adding a little bit more underneath her lashes just to help the eyes look a little bit more big. Then I went back in with the shimmery light color and just popped this on the inner corners to add a nice little highlight. And then for the cheeks, I started off with a matte bronzer. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just going to lightly contour her cheekbones. You don't want it to look too muddy or too obvious, but Audrey had a very defined cheekbones and very sculpted face. So I'm just going to add a little bit of depth with a bronzer and then go around the temples and the jawline to just help sculpt the face a little bit more. For blush, I'm going to start off with my Tarte Doll Face Blush. It's just a really nice, subtle baby pink color. And I'm just going to put a wash of this all over her cheeks to give our first blush color. I'm going to go in with a second one later, but this is just going to give us a very natural look and help the second color blend a little bit better. For that, I'm going to add a brighter blush, a little bit more on the apples and blend it a little bit higher up. This is the NYX one in Mocha. It's just a little bit of a brighter, peachier pink. And it's a little bit deeper, so it's going to give us more of that warm, flushed look that Audrey had. So I'm just having her smile here. I'm putting it on the apples and blending it up, but since we had that lighter color underneath, it's going to help it blend and look a little more natural. Then I'm going in with my MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. You want to use any kind of shimmery highlighter and just put this right on the tops of the cheekbones. It's going to catch the light and give that really pretty glowy skin look that Audrey always had. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a matte powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and I'm just going to set her T-zone to get rid of any excess shine. And then I'm just going to take whatever left over and use that to blend the blush and bronzer. Okay, so here is the finished cheeks. Then I'm going to go back in with my eyeliner once again and just touch it up. I'm making it a little bit thicker. Sometimes after you put lashes on, you realize you need to touch it up. So that's what I'm doing here. For the lips, I'm going to start off with a lip liner. This is the MAC Spice lip liner. It's just a brownie neutral pink color. It's a little bit deeper than her natural lip color, so I'm just going to start by defining the lips with this. This is just going to give a little bit more definition and help it look a little bit more defined and make her lips look a little bit fuller. So you want to use anything that's kind of a little bit darker than your natural lips, but nothing that's too dark. And then I'm going to go around them with a concealer brush, just what's ever left over, to help define that so there's no redness around the mouth. For lipstick, I'm going to be using Fanfare from MAC. It's just a very perfect color for this look. It's a little bit peachy, a little bit pink, and just adds a little bit of color to your natural lips, but it's still a very natural looking color. So I'm just going to put that all over her lips. Actually, when I got this, I thought it was like the perfect like Audrey Hepburn color. It really reminds me of her. It's just a very sophisticated, ladylike pink color. I think that's the perfect way to describe it, but it has a little bit of peach in it too. Then on top of that, I'm going to use this Maybelline lip gloss in Glisten Up Pink. It's just a very pearly, shimmery pink color. And I'm just popping that right on the center of her mouth just to add a little bit of fullness and a little bit of shine.
It smells good.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay guys, so here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see Angelle in more makeup tutorials. I had a lot of fun doing this on her, and thank you for being here today.
Absolutely, I had a great time.
I know, I'm so excited. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I will leave all those links in the down bar. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.